Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to put on the power steering fluid cooler on the 99 Silverado. Let's just get to it. Did some preliminary work already. I wish I could have shown, how this came apart. But I got a little overzealous and got to the meat and potatoes of the thing. So here's the offending part. And there's a factory press on for one end, and here's a clamp on type right there. Moving back into the truck, right? Let's see, let's turn a light on. At the top of the screen there, you can see like a standard hose clamp. That's one end, that's one of the hoses, and then right underneath it you see that clamp with the kind of like pinch type clamp on it. I'm not sure if this is factory or not, because that top clamp there, this is the first time I'm seeing this. If that's factory installation, that's really unusual for me to see. So this is at least going to be, somewhat, I'm not going to say easy, but at least there ain't two like fittings on it like right here, so that kind of makes it somewhat viable to make this a decent install, because you don't got to mess around with that stuff. This is the new unit I got from Dorman, which I think came in this big box with this special form-fitting shipping, which I think is real nice. It even comes with two new hoses pre-installed somewhat, and got hose clamps on the ends. So let's see how straightforward this is. During the disassembly of the headlight structure and all this and that and the grill, we got down to the cooler, and it's attached by a 10mm bolt up at the top and a 10mm bolt down at the bottom, which goes into this sort of A-shaped kind of frame that's made out of aluminum. The bolt boss that's pressed into here over time corroded, and I couldn't get the bolt out without pulling the whole fitting out of there. So at least you feel behind, it goes all the way through. So I'm just going to put a nut and a bolt in there when it comes time to stick it in there. I wish that I could video all this procedure, but I don't have a fancy camera and stands and all that stuff to point down at what I'm going to do. So let's just say that this is going to be kind of a pain in the ass, and I think it's eventually going to come off. So we get to it, and when I get these off, I'll return. Okay, I got the hoses off. So the one that had the screw clamp on it's an 8mm, and you can see that squeeze pressure job hanging out down there. I was wrenching on that for like 10 minutes or so, trying to squeeze that together and pull it up the hose, just get the hose off. It just wasn't going. I thought, well, maybe I can just push it down the other way, and that's what worked. So it's just hanging out down there. So now reach down there and get that out of there, right? And so now the hoses are off. And this should just come out. Get this out of the way. There it comes. Here we go. There we go. Whoa! Oil coming out. It served well for 26 years. Not a bad run. Yeah, another tip is your positive battery junction box, if you're so equipped, is attached to that large aluminum casting that holds the power steering pump and the alternator. Those are a couple of 10mm bolts. Taking those out and just being able to push that out of the way a little bit made things a lot easier. Just to do this deal. So now, just get the hoses on the new one back there and push them back on, and we'll get the clamps on and see how hard that is. Okay, so moving forward, right? I got it down here for a test look, and there's one that's formed with an elbow in it, and that goes on that one that's up here looking at you. So I'm loosening the clamp to get it over the hump on the hard line to tighten this thing down, and check it out. The tighten down screw just backs right out, and this thing's stuck on there. Would have it affected the operation of the hose and the cooler and all that? Probably not, but I didn't want the damn thing on there, so I Dremel it off. So I found these in my spare stash. These are, I'm not gonna I looked at them, they're both something called Tritons, and they even have USA stamped right on the screw mechanism casing here, so I'm gonna go with those. Alright, I got the clamps on. And zoom in, I guess. There's the one for the downturn one. Where's that? Here, this one, yeah. So I'll be able to, it's hard to tell, but I was able to get that from the side. And the other one too. This is the other straight one. I got those both from the side. So they're on there and they're tight, and that's all that matters. Okay, we got it hooked up, and I'm going to start putting this junk back together so I can show you what I should have showed you in the beginning, because I got overzealous and took it all apart ahead of time anyway. So it's mostly 10mm bolts. Like I said before, the one right here broke out, and I was able to, find a scrap nut and bolt put in there. And you got to be careful, because on the back side of this is your air conditioner condenser, heat exchanger, whatever you want to call it, right? There we go. And now, so now this is some kind of weather shield, right? It goes on the bottom down here. And it's got these friction plastic rivets, right? And I would recommend a removal tool as such, because it just makes things so much easier than using a screwdriver and cussing and swearing at it for 5 minutes a piece. So get that back down in there. In the holes if you can. So cooperate. And this presses into another part later on coming down. There. Okay, that's pretty good. So now I'll show you. So you see this kind of like dirty worn spot on it, right? Well, that was bolted right there. And it's right behind the bumper, right? I'll zoom come back out, and you kind of come back in. And that is the broken bolt that I snapped off for that. I don't think that's going to matter too much because, like I said, there's like 5 or 6 more bolts that hold this thing in. So we'll get back to doing this here. Okay, so I decided to start this up and make sure nothing's leaking right before I go any farther. I don't see nothing going on down there. Everything looks good. Up here too, we're right underneath the truck. You don't see nothing dripping. Let's keep on going, put this thing back together. Alright, there's half the battle right there. So this is obviously the front grille. For those of you who've never taken this off before, there's metal clips on one end, on each end, right? And also holding it on are these twist and lock plastic screw type things. And I'll show a close-up view of that as I put it on. So here's the fasteners I was telling you about that lock into these tabs. And as you're putting it on, I mean, you'll twist and lock it, right? You make sure these are up and down so they'll match up with the tab as you're going on there. For some reason, I don't know, I can't even remember. Something goes on down here, I can't remember anymore. I was so driven to get that leak fixed. Maybe I'll find it later on. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, you just match it. You push this all on, you know, wiggle this in and match up these 4 places, and you get a Phillips screwdriver and you lock it in. You know what? It might help if you don't put it on upside down, right? I think that's what the problem is. Shit. Yeah, that makes that leg cutter sense now. So this is where those locks are at after I figured out I had the damn thing upside down. And over here, and there's 2 down in there. That one down there. And that one down there. And then I had this spare 10 millimeter bolt left, and I couldn't figure out where the hell it went. Now I know, because I had this thing upside down. This holds the whole part of it up on there, right? So that's what this would be like the first thing you do, right? Is well, not really, but you take this thing off, right? This goes on last, so this would be the first thing you take off, depending on your model, right? So this goes on, and there's those, got these here, these pop-up type fasteners, right? This will be the first thing you take off. That's be nice to have that tool for. So you take those off, and just do everything in reverse order that I just showed you, and you'll be good. Okay, then there you go. That's the repair for the 1999 Silverado power steering cooler radiator. And this is endings being filmed here like a couple of weeks later, because I got busy and just didn't finish this thing until now. So it's, from what I've come to find out, it's like 99 through 2007 they installed these things, so pretty much the same procedure. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. So if you made it to the end of the video, thanks for sticking around. Sometimes I post on Facebook, and Tomahawk Fab Works there. And please like, subscribe, and share. And seeing it's that time of the year, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year if I don't post anything new until January. Thank you and goodbye.